is my soup that I told you about all blended up. I also added fresh squash to it. And I probably shouldn't be eating it, but I'm hungry. Why do you say you probably shouldn't be eating it? Because our toilet is clogged. I'm meant to call the plumber. I don't know how it happened. I mean, you know, it's never happened before, but plunger wouldn't work, and, you know, I can't, you know, he may not come for hours. I can't just not eat. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh well, shit happens, right? He's a nice guy, fortunately. You know, he doesn't charge extra on the weekends or anything. I tried. I tried to just, I don't know. Like I told my mom, it's not $1,000 toilet, you know. It's a cheap toilet, and then she's like, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna have to go again before the plumber comes, and she's like, you want me to ask my friend? I'm like, no. I'd rather be like Cheryl Strayed in the movie Wild and go in the woods than have to use your friend's bathroom under these circumstances. And I mean that. There's always a bucket too. I don't know, it sucks. You know, the plumber can't come right away. And I don't want to use our bathroom again and, you know, and make the clog worse. That's not funny. Too many big stuff in my life and my mom's life for us to sweat the small stuff, okay? And a clogged toilet is small stuff. I was saying to my mom, maybe we have like liquid plumber or something, but then I didn't know this. I don't just do shit, you know. I read stuff, and no, you can't use anything like liquid plumber or whatnot on a toilet. I didn't know that. I've never had a problem with the toilet before. I mean, eventually you plunge it enough, it goes down. So I don't know what's wrong. Everyone's had problems, and you know, and everyone has problems with their toilets, and usually this does not happen. Plunger didn't work. I used the plunger and used the plunger and used the plunger. It didn't work, so I tried. To no avail. There's something wrong. I don't know what. We're lucky he can even come today. No, the only one of my mom's friends, she's the one that got weirded out about when it wasn't our fault. Like, it was my mom's fault originally when she was having her bank account statements go to that woman's house. But then when we fixed it and nothing was going there, it was only going once in a while, and there's nothing you could do because for security purposes, if you change something, they have to send it to the original thing. There's nothing we could do, and, you know, no way am I going to go ask to use her bathroom. No fucking way. No way. I was joking about the woods thing, by the way. It just sucks, you know. Today I'm definitely doing, I mean, it's already almost 4, and I've only had my prune juice, my apple cider vinegar drink, you know, the water with the 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Over, and I napped in here for a while. 3 hours maybe. I fell back to sleep without my earplugs too. Didn't hear noises, but then my mom was on the phone and I woke up, but I actually had to go to the bathroom. But after I had my soup, anyway, today's for real. Today I am only having nothing, you know, just that soup, which is all blended together. I'm going to make a NutriBlast with organic apples and the seeds from that squash. It did much better. It made more squash because I peeled it. My mom had been trying a thing where we would just boil the whole thing, like I told you guys in another video. Her friend had taught her that because it's not in the stores anymore. Fresh squash, like it was all cut up, like she would buy it all peeled and cut up, and it's just too hard to cut and peel and whatnot. So, but I realized, I'm like, I'll try to peel it, it'll be better, because she was wasting, ooh, that might be the plumber. she was wasting too much of the squash because all the skin, but we were boiling it with skin and all. Her friend, that friend told her about that. Didn't work all that well, but now I know you don't have to throw away the seeds. You don't have to throw away the seeds, so I can blend them all up, and NutriBlast don't have to waste anything. Maybe he came sooner. I'm not even dressed. If he came sooner than he said, we got lucky. Because as soon as he leaves, I'm gonna have to, go in there again. Can you imagine if you call a plumber and he comes and snakes it, the toilet, and then you have to go again, and then it happens again? Wouldn't that just be ridiculous? Even when I'm sick, I can joke. I don't think he's here. I think the dog's barking at something else. I hear my stomach gurgling now. But yeah. Tomorrow for sure I'm starting the prune apple juice, 3-day juice fast. This has never happened before. Like I told him, I don't know why it happened. I'm not a little kid. I don't know why it happened. It wasn't like I threw tons of toilet paper in there or anything. And I don't know. I only say I don't know because, I wouldn't have expected it, but I tried blending it. Anyway, I learned you don't put liquid plumber or anything down a toilet. So if your toilet gets clogged and you can't handle it with a plunger or whatever, you have to call a plumber. Better get dressed up. I don't know when he's coming. Told my mom I'm gonna write out and type up the exact chronological order of the events that have transpired, of how we ended up in this position, going to pretrial in 4 months, but how it came to this point, starting at the very beginning, my mom brought the lawsuit against her sister, That was the very beginning of this, and that was almost a year ago, so. And then things escalated. I'm gonna summarize it for my mom. Bullet points, and make it simple, and have her study it so she knows it like the back of her hand, That way, if she exercises her constitutional right to tell any goddamn person she pleases what's going on, even if I don't recommend her telling somebody that she's never told, you might have a friend, but if you haven't shared any of this all along and you suddenly decide to bombard them with it, they're not going to understand shit. They're not going to understand what's going on. So that's what she wants to do. I'm at least going to make it easier. I'm going to summarize it all and type it up and, how it went, A to B to C, including her inviting. I'm just gonna do it. Doesn't mean she has to tell anybody everything, But she'll at least have it, exactly how it all manifested. Sucks. I won't be difficult for me. I know it like the back of my hand. You know. But if you just call up one of your friends out of the blue and be like, yeah, the other of these fucks are trying to have a permanent conservator for me, no one's going to know what the fuck. I mean, like I said to my mom, I'm like, you say that and people your friends aren't gonna know what the fuck you're talking about. It's not like they wouldn't have known of your existence. You basically conjured them with your action. I mean, if we want to be blunt here, they don't just come after you. They wouldn't even have known anything about you. You know? I said, Mom, and this is such a complicated case. It can't be summed up in a couple of sentences. You know. I also just very gently said, you might not want to be picking up the phone and trying to explain this to people you haven't been communicating with all along. Because I told her she did it the other day, and then I found her doing it again today, and it's her right. It's just, in my eyes, it's not wise, simply because, remember, me telling my shelter friend something, well, guess what? She knows everything from the beginning, okay? She knows everything from the beginning, as in when my mom first brought the lawsuit against her sister, etc., etc. But if someone doesn't know anything from the beginning, one of your friends, and you just decide to suddenly say stuff to them, they're going to be like, how did you reach this point, you know? I don't know. That's my thing. But my thing is also, my mom has every right to tell anybody she damn well pleases, you know? I personally don't think that it's wise. We're not talking about people who she's known forever and has been communicating from day one. We're talking about someone she may have known forever, but who's not consistently always in her life. You know, just picking up the phone and telling someone that, basically they're going to be confused. They're not going to understand, you know. Because I can hear her talking on the phone and I can't understand, you know, because you can't understand this in just a couple of sentences. It's not going to make any goddamn fucking sense to anybody who doesn't know it from the beginning. That's the bottom line, but, you know. And my mom's free to do what she wants. She's free to tell a total stranger if she wants to. I can't stop her. I'd advise against it, but, you know. I'd advise against going around, you know, I just would advise against it. And remember, she has friends who you definitely just wouldn't want to tell that anything to do with money or whatnot, you know. And I'm sorry, but if you tell somebody that maybe you think you can trust, but you really don't know, and then things can get spread, and then, you know, then the wrong person in your life might find out. My mom can do what she wants, not my business. But even in retrospect, she realized the other day, I probably shouldn't have called up so-and-so, and, right? And I'm like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have, Mom. And then what happens again today, she's doing the same damn thing with another friend who doesn't know diddly squat about any of it. Not a wise thing, Mom. Again, I can't stop her, but I can explain my reservations why she shouldn't do it. You know, these are obviously friends that you didn't feel the need from the very beginning to share everything, with whom to share everything, so why suddenly now? You know? I don't know. I would imagine because she feels upset and helpless and just wants to do it, you know? Guess that was not the plumber. I really have no idea how the toilet clogged. And I say that because, you know, I've had times where I've thought, I mean, I haven't even had to use a plunger, and now today it won't even with a plunger. I mean, it wasn't even, I don't get it. I really don't. I try to plunge the toilet one more time just so I can save my mom the money. Need to put a fucking battery in that smoke alarm. We have another smoke alarm that's attached to the house that is like an electric one that doesn't take batteries, but like when somebody pointed out, I think it was the woman who takes care of Angel, you know. Yeah, but if that you still want a backup, because what if there was a fire and there's no electricity? Yeah. I mean, we're thinking something that probably likely would never happen, but that's why they have two. I didn't understand why. This is actually a nice little home. It is. I still need to. I told my mom after this, I was dumping the water into the tub. I'm like, we have to disinfect the whole bathroom. I was hoping that if I got rid of all the water and then plunged, it would, you know, it would unclog, but no, it's not. It could be, too, that, you know, my mom said she went, you know, a lot early, and it could have been something where maybe her toilet paper or something didn't go down all the way or something, and then when I went, it did something. Something's wrong, and this is, by the way, this has never happened before with this toilet, and the toilet, my mom bought it at Lowe's at, a little over a year ago. February 14. So, I don't know what's wrong. Well, maybe that's it. I'll let you guys know what happens. Bye.